Would you call it even Steven after play on day 2, or would you give one of the two sides a slight edge?
Well, 477 that England has got certainly gives them more than a slight edge because India is still 417 runs behind. That's a lot of runs behind. And while we know that in Mumbai, despite England scoring 400, India replied with 631. This is another pitch, this is another day, and so we've got to give the honours to England for the way they recovered after losing 3 wickets in the first session of today's play to post this imposing total.
So you would say that India's bowlers did allow England a few too many runs in the first innings?
Oh yes, I think the fact that you had a partnership for the 8th wicket between Adil Rashid and a newcomer Liam Dawson, which was 121 runs, does tell you that the Indian bowlers didn't do as much as they should have.
Right, and like you said, you know, the highlight of the day really was that 108 run stand. It is a different wicket, like Moeen Ali also said. It wasn't the easiest wicket perhaps to bat on, but then just a little bit about the bowlers at that point, you know, when that big partnership was building, do you think India or Virat could have done something different perhaps to have got a breakthrough earlier?
Well, I think the bowlers could have bowled a lot fuller length. Look at Ishant Sharma. Every time he bowls a fuller length, he gets a wicket. He got a wicket day 1 with Keaton Jennings full length. Then today, again this morning, getting rid of the dangerous Joss Butler LBW with a full length delivery. I think what we bowl spin so well, but our spinners are more effective when they bowl a length where the batsman is committed to the drive. Yes, you might give the odd boundary, but if you place your fielders accordingly, you will not give those boundaries. So you bowl a fuller length where the batsman gets committed. That's what we've been doing in the test matches that we won. The spinners, I'm saying, the quick bowlers have bowled the short ball to good effect. But I think it's the drivable length which is where we were not quite bowling today.
Okay, you did make a mention of Ishant Sharma there, and he's of course bowling. This is a comeback test of sorts for him. What did you make of him? There was some short pitch stuff going on there once in a while.
Well, absolutely brilliant comeback from him, because look, he's been out of cricket, out of test for almost 7 test matches. He didn't play a single test against New Zealand because that time he was unwell. Then when he came back, he didn't get an opportunity because Mohammad Shami and Umesh Yadav had bowled so well. And then he missed the test. He missed the previous test because he had to get married. So coming back from all that and bowling in the way that he did was quite simply fantastic. What you could perhaps ask of the Indians was that today they attacked Moeen Ali with a short pitch delivery.
Yes.
Why did they not do it yesterday? Just 2 deliveries or 3 deliveries were bowled to him, which were up there short around his rib cage or around his shoulders. He's got out to that shot in the Mohali game. We all know that it's a major weakness with him. Every team in the world tries to do that, but we didn't do that. We allowed him to score 100. He could still have scored 100, but I think those tactics were not tried, and I think that's where India actually faltered as well.
Okay, given the fact that this track isn't looking like it's going to be very helpful to the bowlers, does day 3 also look like it's going to be a run fest?
Yes, I saw the wicket this morning and the pitch looks very, very good. It's actually completely unmarked. There's just a little bit of the bowler's footmarks, but it's way outside, so not really too much of a bother for the batsman. The rest of the pitch is looking rock hard. And while there is a little bit of grip when the ball is new, when the seam grips and turns, there's not that much of spin for the Indian bowlers. Now the Indian bowlers, if they can't get that much spin, it's difficult for the English spinners to get much more turn. So I think tomorrow also we could see a lot of runs being scored.
Okay, and finally, sir, if I could ask you, 3 days, full 3 days of play, of course, still left in the Test match. Do you see this Test match heading for a draw, though?
It's more likely to happen if in case India replies with a mammoth score themselves, then it's going to be that much more difficult. But we've seen England collapse in the second innings,
Yes.
like they did in Mumbai. So that could on in the last 1.5 days play.